XRP keeps on tapping that 190 to $2 zone, but now we're back around like 207. Whenever the prices like refuse to break down and then they start lifting, something's loading. Like every time this happens, that's what I've noticed. So let's break it down from the bottom, and we'll see if this is a bottom forming or if it's just another fake out, from my perspective. So let me go ahead and get into our usual weekly updates and reviews. Let's do this. So crypto bubbles, for the year we are red. For the hour, pretty green. The day we are green. For the week, green as well. And then for the month, not green. It's all red. Bloodbath. Let's see, market cap. Okay, market cap is picking back up. XRP still down. Okay, so that's for that. Let's take a look at the coin market cap for the overall market. And then we'll dip into my analysis for the week. Cut that out, but all right, so for XRP, we are in the red. And let's see if there's anything else going on. So we're up 2%. Let's see, for the week. And let's see the low. So the low was still 189, and then the high 258 for the month. Nothing else crazy right now. According to Vlad Anderson, whoever this guy is, XRP is testing the $2 support again. And once more, buyers are stepping in. So yeah, that's obvious. We're seeing that too. Look at that. It looks beautiful. That is a good chart though. So let's see where we end up going. Let's see, why is the price fell over 24, underperforming the broader crypto. Technical resistance struggling, failed to hold 208 pivot point amid bearish moving averages. Again, from what I usually see when this happens, it's a bottom. So failed to break out attempt across the 50-day. But we got to watch out. We have to look at the rest of the market, see how it's doing, if there's any fundamental news. But yeah, all right, let's take a look at Webull. See the pricing. So we're still sitting within the range. Let's take a look at it from the 4-hour. So we'll be like the 215 to 185, 183. 183, I'm going to look for more, but if you zoom in a little bit closer, we got a ton of volume at $2. Look at all that. RSI is looking pretty decent. We are still under the moving average. So once we start getting indication of it going above the moving average, which right now it's at like 210, then it'll probably break out above. But bearish, we're still downtrend. You can see that clear as day. That's that downtrend. But let's take a look at the week. Okay. Actually, no. Let's look at this. Yeah, still seeing that downtrend from July. But we'll see. It's starting to slow down a little bit. See if it'll go back up, or if it'll go back down, and then it'll test that 183. It's where I'll scoop up some more and see if we can actually go up. So for this week, that's what I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking to see if it's going to stay in this range. Likely it is. And it is Monday, December 8th. I'm recording this right now at 9 o'clock because I had a very long day. But I should have this posted up tomorrow, so that way you guys can see what my thoughts are. Not much movement until we can actually start getting until the New Year's and then seeing what the ETFs are going to hold. Speaking of, let's take a look and see if there's any other news going out. Perplexity. And then, let's see. Here we are. This week and is he doing? What other news can act as a catalyst? Okay, let's see. 207. XRP is holding just above $2 with steady ETF inflows this week. And the main potential catalysts are continued institutional buying, broader crypto risk sentiment, and any new macro surprises from the Fed or regulation headlines. So XRP sitting around 204, 207, but roughly down 20% versus this time last year, reflecting a choppy consolidation phase after much higher levels in 2025. So over the past 10 to 14 days, it has mostly traded between $2 and $2.20, with a brief drop toward 203 December 2nd, the local high around 220 and 221. So during times like these is when you want to be looking at it and watching, because you can actually see how steady it is. And then that's when it's calm, and then, less volatility. And then that's when, like some of the catalysts can start kicking in. That's generally what I look for, whether it's to the downside or the upside. It's when you want to start planning out your moves. So let's see how the XRP ETFs are doing. So spot XRP ETFs have logged a strong multi-week inflow streak with at least 11 to 15 consecutive trading days of net positive flows going into early December. So just by December 5th, total net flows were about 861 million. And total XRP ETFs assets are approaching 900 million. It's pretty solid, which is close to 1% of XRP's circulating supply, now held via ETF and related custody structures. So the ongoing inflows during a period when spot price has drifted down show that institutional demand via ETFs are quietly absorbing supply, which can be a medium-term bullish structural factor, even if near-term prices look flat. So that's great signs, for us to look at, and then positive news and the overall catalyst that I can see with ETFs. All right, so nothing else going that's going to be going crazy. I'll probably release a video on what my thoughts are on what it'll take us to get to certain levels of XRP and just the overall timeline of it, right? No one has a crystal ball. You guys and girls probably already hear that all the time, but this is just my personal opinion and what I think based on what's already happened. So that'll probably be released, sometime this week once I get that all completed and edited. But look out for that. I don't have anything else for you guys tonight, but let me switch over. But please remember to take care of yourself and enjoy And if you like this type of content, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Catch you guys in the next one.